Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the review roundup. This is a special video I do every now and again where I talk about some things from the last week or so that I haven't had the chance to make standalone videos on. This week it's just because, Thanksgiving I was very busy preparing to have a baby, so very busy, but I have been watching stuff, so I thought I want to talk about this stuff. I love this stuff, so today we're going to be talking about three different things that you can watch right now at home. First off, we're going to be starting off with Chucky Season 2. The Season 2 finale just recently wrapped up last Wednesday, and it was fantastic. This show is so much better than it should be. Like, when they announced this show, I thought it was going to be hot garbage. I was like, a Chucky television show? I was like, but the first season was damn good, and the second season might even be better because it just embraces the wackiness of the franchise. Chucky's ordering stuff off like magazines with a credit card with the Chucky name on it. Like, it's complete absurdity, and it's fan freaking tastic. The killer doll Chucky, and like this season really dives into like the ritualistic side of it with the ritual he does to go from Charles Lee Ray into the good guy doll. We get a lot of that kind of stuff this season. Devon Sawa comes back as a different character, which is great, much different than he was in the first season. The kills are gory as hell. There's language in this show that sometimes they can't do in certain other shows and certain other movies, and it just works. The three main kids are perfect together. Their storylines really, they're starting to grow, they're starting to mature, and of course we see Andy and Kyle and Jennifer Tilly, Tiffany come back in, and new characters come along, and just this whole show is so much better than it really should be. And with the season 2 finale, there was a huge twist at the end, so I can't wait to see. They said they could do a season 3 or they could do a movie, so I feel like whichever way it goes, I think what might be the end of this story. So I love the Chucky movies, but I'd like to see a season 3 so we get more time. Instead of 2 hours, we'll get like 7 hours with these characters and with this story. So I personally would like a season 3, but you can check out season 2 of Chucky right now. It's fantastic, it's absurd, it's great, and it's really bringing in some obscure stuff from Chucky lore and making it better than they did it in the movies that weren't received so well, like Seed of Chucky. And it's a perfect show and a perfect blend of horror and comedy, and it's great, and you should check it out. Jumping on over to Disney Plus, we're going to talk about Andor. Yes, that's right, Andor, another show that when they announced it, I didn't care. Like, I was like, Andor? Rogue One's my favorite Star Wars movie of the Disney era, but I was like, Andor? Really? Do we need a show about this dude? Like, Diego Luna's really good in Rogue One, but his character's not the most interesting. And like, we get a little bit of tidbits through comics and stuff, like how he met K2SO, which I'm curious about if they'll stick to that in the show, because it doesn't feel like they will. But the show is fantastic. It's right up there with like House of Dragons, Stranger Things, as one of the best shows of the year. It's truly great. It feels like Born in Space, which makes sense because Tony Gilroy is behind this show, and it's so damn good. If you would have told me that Andor would become my second favorite live action Star Wars show so far, like before it started, I would have told you you're crazy. But the trailers look good, and man, oh man, this show's great. If you can get past like the first 2 episodes are good, like the storytelling is there, but it is a little slow and plodding along. Like, even I found myself being like, come on, let's get this moving on. But man, oh man, after that, it's just like, boom, off to the races. The show is slow, absolutely, but it is not boring. It's tense. It's like a space thriller, and it's great. I loved this show. Some new characters were introduced into Star Wars lore, like Luthen, played by Stellan Skarsgård. He's incredible, but he's probably going to die because he's not Rogue One. You get to see some cool stuff with Mon Mothma before she's like, in charge of the rebellion. Mon Mothma, this is her when she's like more vulnerable, trying to like grow her reach in the galaxy. And just some of the other characters they introduce are great. Andy Serkis shows up as Kino, and he was fantastic. One of the most heartbreaking things on TV this year is what happens to Kino, and just this show's incredible, and I can't wait to see season 2. And it doesn't have like the pulp Star Wars has. Like, Mandalorian is still my favorite Star Wars show, but it's got like that, almost like the magical make-believe essence of Star Wars. Like, that's what you think of when you think of Star Wars. This truly does feel like you're watching like a Bourne movie in space. Like, there's no May the Force be with you, there's no lightsabers, there's no space wizards. It's just like a political thriller type of thing, and it worked so damn well. And I hope we get to see more stories like this outside of Andor in the future of Star Wars. Sticking on Disney Plus, we're going to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I was very excited for this. I loved the first Guardians movie, one of my favorite MCU films. I come and go on Volume 2, like there's some really great stuff in there, like Kurt Russell's great, him and Peter, especially the scene where they're like attacking each other. Fantastic. The Yondu stuff was very emotional. But I felt like Drax was kind of wasted in that film. The Gamora and Nebula stuff didn't work for me really in that film. It just kind of feels like this. It's kind of uneven. This holiday special, though, is not. This holiday special is genius. It's everything you want it to be. It's a perfect Christmas time special, and I will definitely be rewatching it every year going forward. I'll probably rewatch it at least one more time this year. It's so damn good. It's so heartfelt. It's so touching. The Guardians, there's something about those characters that just make you cry. You know, with the first one with Groot dying, that was emotional. Yondu in the second one, very emotional. A lot of things in this one, very emotional. It focuses in on Drax and Mantis, which is great because they weren't used too great in Guardians 2, and then they're just an endgame part of the big fight scene. I don't even think they really have dialogue, so it really hones it on those characters, which is great. Because I don't think we'll see Drax again after Guardians 3, but I think we will see Mantis quite a few more times after Guardians 3. If I was them, I'd definitely use Mantis more. And for me, Kevin Bacon, awesome in this special. So damn good. So cool that he's like willing to poke fun at himself, and the amount of fun the actors poke fun at actors. Like Kieran Gillen's Nebula has a laugh out loud line towards the end of this special, and it's so damn funny. Groot looks different. You know, he's like big and bulky. He's like, 20-year-old Groot now, just jacked to the gills. So that's going to be interesting if he sticks to that form in Guardians 3. This introduces, like, he was in Guardians, but this fully introduces Cosmo the Space Dog. We get some cool, like, nods back to, Star Wars holiday special. We learn how Peter Quill got his guns. The Guardians now own Nowhere. Like, it's not just a throwaway special. There are evolutions to the MCU inside of it, but it's so heartfelt. My personal favorite part was what Rocket gets for Christmas. Not going to spoil it because some people might not have seen it yet, but I thought I was going to bust a rib. I was laughing so hard. And there is a little cute post-credit scene, and it's so good. It's so heartfelt. The song at the beginning, just going hard on the guitar with the aliens, might be my new favorite Christmas song. It's just so much fun while also adding some stuff to the MCU, but not like being like mind-blowing. Like, it doesn't set up Guardians 3 in any kind of way other than, maybe Cosmo the Space Dog's probably going to be with them in Guardians 3. That's about all that probably it sets up. But for me, Marvel is 2 for 2 with these special presentations, so I hope they keep doing them. Maybe next Halloween we'll get like a Man-Thing one. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe we'll get one at Easter. I'm not sure, but these special presentations are a cool thing to do for the future of the MCU. So I loved all three of these things. Just so good, so different. All three have very different vibes. Make sure you go check them all out over on Disney Plus and Hulu. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are back. I'm not going to be able to review like Violent Night this weekend because, like I said, I'm going to have a baby. So we're going to have some like pre-recorded videos I'm doing later on today talking about some things that you can watch during this holiday season. So hopefully you subscribe for that content. And then next week we'll be back to your regularly scheduled programming here on the channel. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.